Hi, Manisha. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yes, sir. My name is Manisha Kadam. I'm from Maharashtra. I had done my engineering in information technology stream from Pune University.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I joined the lectureship at Shipping Corporation, Powai, Mumbai. Then I started the preparation for the government examination. But because of COVID, the no exams conducted.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it and moving towards the software testing. And now I'm looking for the job in software testing.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay, great. So, why do you want to go for software testing? Why do you want to make your career in software testing?
Actually, sir, I had also completed the course of on core Java,
Mm-hmm.
but now there is a huge gap in my career,
Mm-hmm.
and there is too much advanced. That's why I'm moving towards the software testing. I thought software testing is better for me than development.
Okay, okay. So, if this type of question is asked to you in a real-time interview, then how you have to answer it is you don't have to tell about your gaps. You don't have to tell about the problems that you are having in your career because of which you are moving to software testing. You have to showcase, you have to prove that you have curiosity, you have passion about software testing. Whenever new softwares are being launched, you are interested in learning about those softwares, using about those softwares, and getting the information. That's why you want to make your career in the field of software testing, right? Just having career gaps, just not telling the reason of COVID, government jobs, all those things are just kind of hurdles in our life, right? But you you have to make your career in the profession for which you are interested in, right? So those things you have to answer. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now let's say if there is an application given to you, okay, and you don't have any of the test cases or any of the test scenarios. So and you have to perform testing on that particular application. You have to give the sign off by 4 to 5 days, right? So how will you start testing that particular application? What will be your approach? What will be your strategy?
I will see the requirement
Mhm.
documentation.
Mhm.
Then I will go through the um, non-functional testing, sorry, functional testing.
Mhm.
No scenarios is there, no?
Yes. So you don't have any test scenarios, any test cases with you.
Okay. According to requirement, uh, I will analyze that requirement and try to make the test cases according to requirements.
Mhm. Don't you think within 4 to 5 days it will be difficult for you to create those test cases and do the testing, right? It might happen that out of 4 days, 2 days are gone in just writing test cases, and then you're left with just 2 days. It's a bit difficult to complete the testing in 2 days.
Mm.
No worries. So what you have to do in this particular scenario is in this particular situation is you will be starting with the exploratory testing. What is exploratory testing? So I could have asked this question directly to you. What is exploratory testing? But in a real-time interview, you will get these kind of scenario-based questions, right? Do you know what is exploratory testing?
Exploratory testing is the possibilities of errors that are checked in testing,
Mm,
where the means tester know where is the test bugs will be find.
mhm.
That is exploratory.
Okay. But this application is fully unknown to you, right? So you don't know where, as a tester, you will be able to get the bug, right? So see, exploratory testing is a type of software testing where test cases are not created in advance, right? But as a tester, you will explore the application and you will simultaneously test it, right?
Okay.
So you have to execute and you have to perform testing and you have to do documentation, not in a very detailed level, as you have only 4 to 5 days. So you can do a very high level of documentation, right? And then you can check whether the functionalities are working in an ad hoc manner, right? So let's say if you have 4 functionalities, so you will start with functionality 1. If it is working fine, go for functionality 2, then functionality 3, functionality 4, and so on and so forth. And you will be documenting a very high level test scenarios, right? You won't be going much in detail. You don't have to deep dive because you don't have time only. So you will explore the application, you will learn about the application, you will know about the application, what are the different behavior, and accordingly you will test it. Okay. Now let's say if you have the test cases. Okay, in previous question you didn't have test case. Now you have test cases. And for example, you have 1000 test cases with you and you just have 2 days for giving sign off. Then what will be your approach?
I will do only the main functionality of the module or main functionality
Hmm.
from the test cases will be execute.
Small functionality. So what is small functionality?
Major functionality,
Major
sorry.
functionality. Okay. So major functionality you will be.
Login page will
Hmm,
be a login button, username, password. After that, suppose there is an example of email, then first page login will be pasted, login username or password.
hmm,
After that, home page, then say, compose mail and send mail.
hmm,
That main major functionality will be tested.
hmm, hmm. So rather than telling major functionality, you can tell the functionality which is impacting the business, right? The important functionalities from business point of view, those would be you would be testing first. If those are working fine, then you can, if you have time, then you can go with the further test cases. Or else you can provide sign off as you have only 2 days, and you can also make some note or you can give some note at the end of your QA email that okay, during this particular time these high level functionalities were tested. Simple, right? Okay. Now consider you have to perform testing on Gmail application, right? So what would be the high level test scenarios that you will um, test for that Gmail application?
Gmail application.
Hmm,
First, I will do the login page. This is
hmm,
the username and password.
hmm,
There is also forget password is also there.
hmm,
Then login, validate login button.
hmm,
Then going to the home page.
hmm,
Then sent mail. Sorry, compose mail
hmm.
inbox. Then sent mail. Uh, mm,
Then,
uh,
mhm,
that's it.
So you have send mail, then you have spam, you have trash, you have Google Drive along with you, Google Photos.
Only a high level.
Yeah,
High level, high
yeah.
level
So high level test scenarios. So these are also the functionalities, right? So you will test all these functionalities on a high level. Then again, in login also you have forgot password, change password.
yes.
Then if you are signing it for the first time, you are a new user, you are using registration, then what will you do, right? So these are all the test scenarios on a very high level that you will test. Okay. Okay. Now, what is system testing?
System testing is a type of non-functional testing in that we test the system or software application from start to end.
Mm,
Check whether the all the functionalities is working properly or not,
mm,
or interface with the software with the interface that software application with software or hardware.
Hmm.
So,
Are you sure system testing is a non-functional testing?
yes, sir.
Okay, so let this be an open question for the people who are watching this video. Is system testing a non-functional testing or not? Right? So please put your answers in the comment section of this video. Okay. Now, see, system testing is a level of testing that will validate the fully integrated software product is working fine or not. So you can say when you are doing system testing, so you are testing end to end system is application is working as per specifications or not, right?
Yes.
So that is system testing. Okay. Now, now let's say if you have to perform acceptance testing, system testing, integration testing, and unit testing on one particular application. So what would be the order of the testing that you will do? Will you start with system testing first, or will you start with acceptance testing first, or what would be the order from start to end?
First, I will do the integration testing,
Mm-hmm.
then performance after the integration testing, performance, then user acceptance.
Okay, so we don't have performance in the category. We have four types of testing. One is acceptance testing, one is system testing, one is integration testing, and one is unit testing. So what would be the order of the testing that you will perform?
Unit testing, then integration, then
Hmm.
system, and then user acceptance.
Right, right. What are the types of acceptance testing?
System testing. Yes, sir.
Are you aware about alpha testing, beta testing?
Okay, alpha or beta
Yes,
testing.
yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir. Alpha testing is done at the developer side, and beta testing is done at the user side.
Hmm. Right, right. Okay. What is the difference between black box and white box testing?
Black box testing is testing how the application
Hmm.
will work, or the white box testing, uh, the function checking the functionality of the each and every feature of the software application by executing the code. In black box testing, not the internal functionality is checked, and
Hmm.
in white box, internal functionality will be checked.
Okay.
Uh,
So, yes, yes, please go ahead.
that's it.
So you can say white box testing is the testing in which you will test the internal workings or the code of the software application is
Yes, sir.
working fine. While black box testing, or you can say system testing, it is absolutely opposite, right? It does
Yes.
not involve the internal structure of the code or the knowledge of the same, right? You will just test it from the end user's perspective. Okay. Yeah. Now, which are the different columns that you will have while designing a test case?
Test ID,
Mm-hmm.
test name, then module, then precondition,
Mm-hmm.
then test data,
Mm-hmm.
uh, expected actual, expected result, actual result, then status,
Mm-hmm.
then test case is designed by created by date.
Okay. What about prerequisites? Will you have prerequisites in the test case design?
That is the precondition,
Yeah, yeah,
uh,
precondition.
where from where the application is coming. That is
Mm-hmm.
link is provided in the precondition.
Mm-hmm. Not the link, but prerequisite that, for example, this particular user is having access to the screen, which needs to be tested, or that user is available. It should be in active state. It should not be deleted state. So those are prerequisites, right? Okay. What is the difference between severity and priority?
Severity is associated. Severity is the impact of a degree of impact on the application, and priority is associated with the scheduling. That is a time, in which time or how much time is taking to fix that bug.
Mhm.
Or severity is associated with the functionality of the application.
Okay. Can you give me an example of a defect with high severity and low priority?
High severity.
Mm,
There are 10 number of pages, and the defect is found on last page, that is page number 10. That
mm.
is high severe, and user rarely use that page number 10.
So that will be
And
low severity.
but it is high severity, and it will be fixed on next release at user point of view.
Mhm. But user is using that particular page, right? User is
Yes, but there
navigating to that screen.
high severe, low priority.
Mhm. High severity, low priority. Mm, okay. Any other example?
Spelling mistake on last page, that is number of pages.
So that will be low severity.
High severity and low priority. Uh, there
Mm,
is a on login page, when you enter the valid credential,
mm.
but login is not happen. Login, when you click on login, it is not directly go to the home page. That is high severe.
High severity. But again, as it's on the login page, so priority also will be high. But we
Yes, sir.
want an example of high severity and low priority.
At the moment, I can't recall, sir.
No worries, no worries. So let this be an open question for the people who are watching this video. Um, if it's a 10 pages based application and we are finding a bug on the 10th page, as you were mentioning, so would it be a high severity or a low severity? And would it be a high priority or a low priority bug? Okay.
It is high severity and low price. That will be fixed in next release.
Mhm. Right. It actually, if it is being continuously used by a user, then it's a high severity, high priority. If that particular screen
Yes.
or page is not being used by a user, it will be low severity, low priority. If it is to be used by a user in the future, it is not being used now, but it can be used by a user in the future, then it will be high severity, low priority, because as of now, no one is using it. There is a crash happening on that particular screen. There is a bug, but that page is not open for all the users as of now. So severity is high, but priority is low because as of now, users are not using that particular page, right? Okay. Now let's say you have to do payment in the Google Pay application, right? For example, you are going to store or mall and you are doing some payment. So how will you perform negative testing on Google Pay application?
Google Pay.
Hmm.
On Google, I will check the OTP. It is valid for how much time?
So that is happy path scenario, right? You receive the
Yes.
OTP and it should be valid for some time. That is a happy path scenario.
Uh, Negative test cases I wanted to know.
Hmm.
Time period for OTP, or it is send it to the from the email
Hmm.
to the user. Yes.
Time period. Yeah. So till what
And
time
how
you
much
can?
time? Yes,
Sorry.
yes. How much one time use user can use that OTP?
Hmm.
No, sir, I can't.
Okay. See, it's a Google Pay application. So let's say, for example, you have only 1,500 rupees in that account and you are being trying to pay 2,000 rupees. So definitely it's a negative scenario. So that should not work, right? It should show you some proper message that the amount is exceeding your balance, right? Another thing is, uh, you can try to do payment after the time is over. Like, for example, you have 6 minutes for doing some payment, but you did the transaction after 6 minutes. Then what happens? Is the session getting expired, or are you receiving some error message? So those kind of scenarios you can tell, right? So
That will negative testing.
negative, yes, yes, that will come in the negative testing. Okay. Okay. What is the difference between regression testing and retesting?
Regression testing is a testing
Hmm.
uh, that checks the when the necessary when the there is a change in programming code that has not affected to the existing feature of the software application. That is regression testing. And retesting is done after the bug is fixed from the software application. That is the retesting.
Correct, correct. Okay. Okay, Manisha, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you and all the best for your career.
Thank you.